Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and as promised, we're working our way through the series backwards, so it's time for Path of Radiance reverse recruitment. Some of you may be aware that I actually have a lot of nostalgia for Path of Radiance. Some might say that I'm biased, and I'm struggling to find someone who is also biased about Path of Radiance to co-host this Let's Play. So I'm just gonna do it solo, because I am the only person who actually can do justice to how good this game is. Because I like Path of Radiance.
Oh my gosh. The Princess Crimea, Lucia.
Who's that?
Hi, I like this game, so I thought I would join along.
Oh! Do you want to co-host?
Since I'm already here.
Okay.
If you don't mind. I see what
Alencia one rounds Boyd. Alencia one rounds Boyd and gains one experience out of it.
I guess we see who the real good unit is.
And we can Kanto now. Yeah, everyone says, oh, Ike is good in Path of Radiance. Excuse you, can Ike one round Boyd and then Kanto away while Boyd just like collapses in shame like that? He has to run through me.
Yo,
I don't need that. I don't need that vulnerary use. Grail. I don't need that vulnerary use.
Looks like someone needs to take discipline off to stop lowering his stats.
This is a very balanced experience.
No.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Look at him just bowing his head in regret. He knows what he did wrong.
You can't stand up to Alencia.
You can't stand up to Alencia. Another thing you can't do...
Run all the way over.
So, another thing that you can't do, something you should be aware of, is Path of Radiance hacking is actually, like, really rudimentary. And as a result, there's some limitations that we need to go over in terms of reverse recruitment. Now, I did not make this patch. I actually can't find the person who made it. I can't find any information on it. I did dig it up from my old laptop. But
doesn't this patch also like not exist on the something?
Yeah, it's not. I can't find it on the internet anymore either. Like, there's a link to it, and the Dropbox is expired. So this is truly like a relic. I do want to talk about some limitations in Path of Radiance hacking, because you might have noticed Alencia has Ike's face. This is because of the way that Ashnard is coded. Ike is the only one who can deal damage to Ashnard. So Alencia had to be Ike. It's weird.
It's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone else has their regular faces. Like, we're just gonna have to, unfortunately, do without Alencia's pretty face. We can see it in the animations, at least.
4 iron swords, just as it should be.
Just as it should be. The other thing that I need to talk about is skills. Because in vanilla, Largo doesn't start with any skills, and he starts... Why would he have a healing staff, right? Like, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
So, first things first, everyone has to have the same number of inventories items that they start out with, in vanilla. So, like, normally, Oscar has 1 weapon, or I think, is this Boyd or Oscar? I don't remember. Whoever it is has 1 weapon.
This might be Boyd.
They have, like, 2 regular items, right? Everything has to match up exactly.
Is it making up for the bands in their inventory?
Yes.
The Cav band and or the Paladin band and the Fighter band?
To my knowledge, that's what's going on. They also need to have the same number of skills. So Titania has counter.
Colossus!
Largo gets Colossus. That means that when Titania replaces Largo, she's not going to have any skills. She won't have counter.
We'll take Colossus over counter.
Normally has Paragon and Savior, but you'll notice he has nothing. Or he normally has Paragon. He doesn't normally have Savior, does he?
He doesn't have Savior, but we just get a Savior scroll in Chapter 1. Okay.
Well, we can't assign it until Chapter 8 anyway, because of the way that skills work, but I think that's pretty cool.
That's still pretty hype.
Yeah, that's pretty hype.
He's so bulky.
Those are the big limitations. It's also worth noting that, to simplify things, Laguz and Bjork were swapped separately from each other, which is why Alincia replaces Ike instead of, like, Nasir or Enna.
That's understandable.
Or, like, one of the Royals.
No, I get that.
On the topic of the Royals, I don't know how the Royals damaging Ashnard is going to work. Whether they will be able to do it, or whether it's going to be, like, Leth, Mordecai, and Muaram, who would be the 3 that replace them, I believe, are the 3 first Laguz to join.
I'm not sure.
And because it's 3D models, like, you'll notice everyone's just sort of generic. Generic blue models. So...
That's understandable.
So strong.
Oh, can we look at people's bases real quick? 'Cause I don't think we got a good look at, like, what our squad looks like.
So, 8-8, very good offense, and 12 defense with 29 HP. That's actually really good.
Yeah, he beefy. We like to see that.
Alincia is just fucking bonkers.
Yeah, this is strong for this point in the game.
Oh, I want to show off something funny.
Oh.
It's not a village?
There's not even a visit command.
Yeah, I could crash the game by just stopping there, if I wanted to.
Oh, really?
I won't. Yeah, because it breaks the cutscene. He can't break it. He can't break it.
Then he can't step on the village.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So that's good. That's busted.
Yeah, this is gonna be funny.
And that's also pretty good. Mostly because he has Elwind.
I think it's funny that he's already, like, this already looks better than Soren. I don't remember what Soren's bases are off the top of my head, but he's already making a better first impression than Soren is.
I mean, he has 3 defense and 20 HP, so, like, he's dead to a stiff breeze, which is the problem with Soren. But, and he doesn't have Adept. I think he's probably worse than Soren. TBH.
Probably.
But I will still use him, at least for now. It's also worth noting that, like, the combat forecast looks better than Soren because Soren is stuck with wind, which, like, is so bad. Like,
wind. He's also not fighting Chapter 1 enemies. Like, these are just weaker than, like, other enemies. Like, the enemies Soren has to deal with.
Hey, it's Oscar.
Yeah.
So the generic blue unit Cav sprite is Oscar, I guess. Or Lance Cav, at least.
I feel like I remember that happening to, like, Zeus in FE6, where Zeus doesn't have a palette. Like, he is just using the default blue Wyvern sprite.
So then he, like,
because I remember
just replaces everyone.
Because I remember trying to pull his palette for something, and I realized he doesn't have a palette set to him. Like, he's just using the default palette, which I think is funny.
I mean, the big
Largo.
thing is that for, like, Path of Radiance, right, is this game doesn't run on palettes, it runs on models. Like, each blue unit has individual models. And so when doing, like, a randomizer or reverse recruit, like, I've seen randomized classes, right? And what ends up happening is, like, they become just another character of their class. Like, I saw, like, Swordmaster Oscar, and he was like Mia because they needed to pull a model from somewhere.
I also want to take the time to notice that you've left the game on normal speed with animations on.
Yeah. Well, look, Chapter 1 is short. You got to do something to fill the time. I like these animations, and usually I play with them turned off. But I wanted to show them off. I'll turn them on to high animation, and I'll turn autocursor off. I will leave the animations on at least for this map, because we get to see the beautiful unicorn mount, which we never see.
I kind of like watching FE9 animations every now and then. I'm more so curious about the slow walking speed. Like, look how slow they walk.
That was mostly just me forgetting. Bonk, bonk.
Look at that. Who's the real Jig in here? She's the one setting up kills.
She is. And, okay, options. Animation on, combat camera, normal, game speed fast, message speed max, grid thickness. Let's get that thick booty up. Hell yeah.
That's a nice grid.
Joffrey or Bastion for this kill. We can have Joffrey go here.
Oh, we can go visit the village.
Yeah, we can go run and gun with him. So you can protect the village from that brigand. Because, like,
so is this
surprise, surprise, Path of Radiance, we trained the Cavalier, right?
Yeah, how shocking. I always find it interesting trying to decide who you're gonna use in reverse recruitment, because usually like the growth units are the ones that like perform well throughout the game, but now we have these D-leveled pre-promotes. Except for like he's still pre-promoted.
I mean, I think Alincia is going to be pretty good.
Oh, I think so. I cannot but wonder why they gave Largo a heal staff instead of Steel Axe.
For Alincia, because she has to have the Iron Swords.
Oh, that's right.
The Iron Swords are not a result of, like, you can't edit the Iron Swords, basically, because it's a bug that clones it.
Yeah, it's a completely different bug.
So, like, Alincia needs heals, or doesn't need, but, like, it's kind to give her a heal staff. And,
Yeah, I kind of forgot she could use it.
Oh! See, this is why we have animations on, Jacob. This is why we have animations on.
I was gonna say it. I was thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it.
Literal first Largo combat was Colossus. Look at this absolute gamer.
Colossus is so bad, but I love it.
It's so funny to me that it's like shared by Largo and the Warriors.
Let me look up Colossus real quick and read off what it does. Because
it adds your con minus the enemy's con, I believe, or something stupid. But the animation is peak.
I know the requirement is you have to have more con than the opponent for it to go off. How do you spell Colossus?
I don't know, actually, because I'm bad at being a gamer.
Okay, so it's a skill percent chance that if your con is higher than the target's, you multiply your strength by 1.25.
1.25?
You add a quarter of your strength, skill percent of the time, only if your build is higher than the opponent's.
That's so tragic.
It's so bad.
In terms of who we're training, we're definitely training Joffrey because he's the only cav we get for a while.
Yeah, I think training Jeffrey's a good idea.
And
I love the NPC designs in this game. I just want to throw that out there real quick.
I kind of want to train Bastion. I think that would be funny. I hope he doesn't get doubled and killed by this Myrmidon.
I would love
even if he's doubled, he's
Bastion
not
trained. I just like Bastion in general, so I would love to see that. This guy's so goofy.
Well, we'll get Lucia soon as well, and I actually don't know if the supports... I don't know how the supports will work, whether they're like...
Look at him go!
What a gamer.
Bastion's so good. I don't see why people don't talk about him more.
Because he has knives.
Oh, we can actually promote him into staffs, or we can do the right thing.
Yeah, we could maintain the timeline. What's our starting staff rank, by the way? Where is it?
E. Because
so
we all know that when you break the timeline, like, tragic things are bound to happen.
Let's start working on that staff rank.
Gotta start the staff grind. Don't want to miss out on our bonus experience, though.
Oh, don't worry. That's what Joffrey's job is.
God, this is so good.
This squad is definitely stronger than the Chapter 1 squad in Vanilla.
Yes.
But in exchange, I think their growths are worse and their long-term will likely be worse, especially because, like, we only have one Cavalier right now. Like, Largo... Titania for Largo is such a fucking downgrade. Holy shit, Joffrey. Okay, never mind. Their growths are not worse.
What were we saying? Actually, let's do a little quick... what is Jeffrey's growth compared to Oscar's?
Oh, yeah, I want to know. I want to know.
Because I know a game like FE6 is really good at giving pre-promotes bad growths, but I wonder if this game does.
I mean, Joffrey does have Paragon, implying that he, like, wants to be raised a little bit.
Danny, you're not going to believe this.
I believe it. What is it? Does he have better growths? Just, like, around
Jeffrey
the clock?
is higher in everything except Oscar has 10% luck on him. It's only like 5% here and there, but it's like 10% HP, 10% speed, 10% defense, and then 5% strength, magic, and skill. And Jeffrey has 15% more defense, resistance.
Question. Are we using Spirit Dust on Bastion or Alincia?
Well, we don't get a magical sword for quite a while, and we're healing
Yeah,
15
Sonic Sword is in like fucking the wall.
So do we want, assuming we're committed to using Bastion, do we want to just go ahead and buff up Bastion a little bit now?
So the other option from Bastion is Khalil. I don't know how soon she would join. Yeah, those are the only, like, late joining mages. I guess Tormod as well. Khalil joins fairly...
Like, around the middle, like, the second third of the game-ish.
Yeah, but I feel like the cast is really front-loaded. Like, there's... After Bastion, we're getting Lucia next map, almost certainly use Riss.
Yeah.
But then there's Tyronio and Tormod are the only one... Or not even Tormod, it's Tyronio and... That's it. Tyronio's the only other... Yeah, we're getting... I think we're getting Khalil very soon. I'm gonna save it until we see Khalil's bases. And I'll decide between them.
I decided to look up Soren versus Bastion's growth.
Oh, please tell me. Please tell me.
Bastion has 10% more HP, 35% more strength, 5% more magic, 10% more skill, 15% more speed, equal luck, 20% more defense. Soren has 5 res on him.
I feel like we're using Bastion this playthrough.
So they really took a page out of Seth's book and said, let's give the pre-promotes the good growths because they have fewer levels to gain.
Okay, in fairness, Bastion joins very late. Like,
yeah.
It's like if Seth joined at the end. Also, why was Mia there?
I saw that. She wasn't even walking properly. She was like sliding forward.
Oh, Mia is Riss, because that's Lucia unpromoted because of the models thing.
Oh, well, that's funny.
I think we can do this chapter as well, because it was only 15 minutes for chapter 1 in the prologue. So yeah, we can do this now as well. Lucia's not awful. Lucia's not awful. And she joins with Harity.
Oh, yay. All right, because he starts with Serenity.
And a fucking Killing Edge. And 7-12 offenses.
That's not bad.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking this squad.
Do we need to do the comparison now and do a Mia versus Lucia as well?
No, not Mia. Riss, because that's who she's replacing. No, you can do Mia versus Lucia. Bastion, how do you do here? Do you 1 round? No. Can you set up the kill? Yes. Okay, perfect. Pull up Mia versus Lucia. I want to see if Lucia has better growths as well.
Lucia has 20% HP, 10% strength, equal magic, 25% skill, 5% speed, 5% luck, 20% defense, and 15% res. Mia has lower growths across the board.
So this is a breath of fucking fresh air after the torture that was Radiant Dawn reverse recruitment.
So
it feels like my entire squad has been buffed significantly, and I am fucking here for it.
So this is just a whole squad of just the pre-promotes, but they're actually growths units this time.
Oh, I should have given one of the iron swords to Mia.
This is hilarious.
Or, sorry, Lucia.
This is fine.
We'll do this.
I love this. I can't wait for Largo to come walking in and be like, well, guess I gotta bail you guys out of this.
Guess I gotta bail out. Largo being like the worst unit on my team. Well, actually, his bases are very good. And he's Colossus.
Colossus!
Honestly, this is like, for anyone who's played Tearing Saga, the game gives you a unit who's supposed to be the Jagan, and it's a 4-move pirate, while everyone else is Cavaliers. And you get a Cavalier really with, like, better combat stats than him the next chapter. And Holmes is like, hey, Rudon, make sure you take Garrow to help you in the fight because all your guys are weak. And Garrow's like, I can't keep up, I have no movement.
Oh, funnily enough, Titania just has, like, better growth than Largo, though. The only thing Largo has is 25% strength.
That's a fucking Titania moment if I've ever seen one. Oh, she didn't conserve a use, but I don't care. Lucia Gaming.
It's so cool.
So when she promotes, the thing is she's gonna promote from Mia to Lucia.
She's gonna promote into a Lucia.
Okay, you...
Yeah, this is very funny. I'm not used to seeing grid on this map, weirdly enough.
Do you usually have the grid off? I like a thick grid.
I usually turn the grid off.
I like seeing the grid.
If I ever have an option, I will just turn the grid off.
Yeah, I know you did that in Engage, but you're also one of those weirdos who uses free movement.
I use the free movement Engage, and I'll say it proudly.
Proud to be a weirdo.
I kind of like it. I kind of like getting to like freely walk my unit around on the map or whatever.
Joffrey's taking 0 damage from this fucker.
This is what people think Oscar is like.
This is so fucking funny. I love it.
I wasn't expecting this to be such a steamroll. I thought it was going to be like, oh my gosh, now we have to use these underpowered, D-leveled pre-promotes. What are we going to do?
I mean, so reverse recruitment is inherently a very unbalanced mode.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
think that the best reverse recruitments embrace that lack of balance. And this game certainly has done that.
Yes. This is incredible. I think it's
he's
also
heading
apparent,
for the heal bush.
It also makes it apparent that you're just not meant to have a flyer by this point.
I mean, you saw the village. You saw the village last map, right? They didn't even do the engage thing where they give you an elixir. Like, it's just not programmed to be visitable. It's very
I like
funny.
finding out stuff like that. Time to set up a kill.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
Uh-huh.
Alintia can just fly across the river in Chapter 6.
Oh, that's true.
Largo's like, hey, guys.
Yo.
I'm here to help, I promise.
Meanwhile, all of us are just okay.
Joffrey goes here.
No. I also like that we get these fun skill scrolls to play with.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna make our broken units even more broken. It's gonna be quite stellar.
You get a savior manual in Chapter 1? What?
It's kind of gaming. It's kind of
gaming.
And the
adept manual. Like an adept manual this early on?
Ooh, I'm curious, because next chapter we're gonna get Shannon and Gotri. I'm curious if Shannon and Gotri are considered in terms of like the join order here or their second join time.
Interesting. That's true. How would I interpret it?
I usually go with the first possible time that they join whenever I like do reverse recruitment stuff if I make them.
I do too.
But I don't know anything about this creator. I don't know how they would intuit it.
Yeah.
Largo gaming.
Goofy looking animation.
I love Berserkers though. 44 HP in Chapter 1 too. Like Berserker Jaken based. Okay. Joffrey can't reach. Okay, Joffrey go here.
I was gonna say shove him through the forest, but I forgot that like you have to have like 3 billion weight to shove calves. Yo!
The crit from the generic mage. Love it. Love it.
This is so goofy.
Okay.
I'm happy because this means we get to use the Crimea squad longer because I love the Crimea squad.
I know. They're like your favorites. I imagine that that's part of why you dislike Radiant Dawn, is that the Crimea squad just kind of like
doesn't exist.
Yeah, they have even worse availability than normal. I mean, I think we just feed Joffrey and Bastion.
I think so. And Lucia, right? Right?
No.
I didn't think so.
Oh! See, we don't need the Killing Edge Swordmaster to get sick critical hits.
Bastion is going nuts.
Look at this gamer. Look at this absolute Omega Chad gamer. You got a Steel Axe for Largo.
Steel Axe for Largo. all those iron swords. I always end up in this weird conundrum where I know I don't need these iron swords because they're extra, but I always feel so bad dropping them.
How does Joffrey do against these guys?
Doesn't
Like,
he
is
have
he
like
completely
13
safe?
defense
He's
now?
completely safe.
I think he's
He's
fine.
completely safe. He can just clean up here.
This is so good.
This unit feels unfair. I love it.
I mean, it is, but it's also fun.
Skill, defense, resistance.
He has 14 defense.
I think we do move everyone forward, I think, but
Yeah, we'll
we'll go here, and we'll move you here.
This is incredible.
But I think we just mostly are Joffrey soloing right now.
We're definitely feeding a lot to Jeffrey.
If I can get him, like, the sooner I can get him promoted, the better, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, this is gonna be 0 times 2. If only there were something that showed the statistics.
Yeah, no damage.
Oh,
I
it's
do
not
find
even
it
0
funny
times
that-
2. It's 0 times 0.
I can't help but find it funny that you would think that adding the combat forecast thing would be one of the first things that modders would add to the game, but since it's so difficult to alter FE9, like
There's a extension. There's a dolphin extension that can do that. But I don't
really?
want to fuck around with...
that sounds
I don't want to fuck around with it
scary.
while also doing mods. Okay, get your 12% crit, please.
Do it.
Oh.
I was so excited.
Oh! He's corrosioning him,
him.
though. He's corrosioning him. So based.
Oh, because Boyd is Tempest, and he's replacing Boyd.
I mean, we could do this. That would be
I
funny.
like this idea.
Or we could do this. That would make more
I'm
sense.
so sad.
I
could've-
know you like Lucia. At least I'm using her girl. No! Wait, do I actually have to now?
Unless you want to like spend a turn of bonus.
16 attack. 21.
Well, he
okay,
might
he's
go for the
actually
heal
fine. He's actually fine.
He can't reach.
I'm trying to not give her any experience to spite you,
I know.
but I think it makes more sense to heal with Alincia.
Woo!
Very good.
I can't
very
wait
good.
for. I can't wait for Hungry Ileana to join way later in the game.
As like a knife sage.
Yes. Ileana's also a unit that I just train every time I play this game because I think she's
I mean, she's cool. I like her in Radiant Dawn.
Princess Crimea. Speed.
This unit is an est. Okay, we'll just go here. And then he will heal hedge. Okay,
Heal tile.
that's okay. This just means that Bastion gets this kill.
Feeding Bastion!
We're feeding Bastion and Joffrey, and it's mostly Joffrey, but like, Bastion does need the kills he can get because he's worse, because he's a mage. And I
Yes.
like him. I'm using
It's a lot
him now.
easier to just. It's a lot easier to just throw Jeffrey into a bunch of enemies. Oh my gosh, the chapter where Soren joins, you can probably just throw Jeffrey in range of almost everything. He'll probably live.
I mean, that's the Titania strategy that I usually
Yeah.
use.
That's just the Titania style.
All right, somehow we did it. Ike, shut
Yeah.
up. It wasn't hard. But you know what else isn't hard? Hitting that like
What?
and subscribe button. That's what we're going with.
So True.
Y'all take
And feel
care.
free to comment. Feel free to comment which funny unit you're looking forward to.
Yeah. Predictions for who replaces Gotri and Shannon in the comments. That's
True.
that's the call to action. Bye.
That idea.